Okay, and we're back, and we are going to roll right into working on the artwork, and specifically, we're going to do this tail, these color stripes, but we're not going to use the decals. We're going to mask them off and spray them because it always looks so much better when you do that. And coincidentally enough, the stripe width is the exact same width as this masking tape, which is going to make our job a whole lot easier. So I'm going to start. We're going to use these as a template. All I really need is one of them. And I'm just going to trim that out of the sheet. Mind you, this is what we're doing here on the tail. Okay. And wherever this falls, where it fits on this fin, and it looks like it's going to go right to this top line, this panel joint right here. Looks like that's where it's going to stop. Okay, perfect. That makes our job even a little bit more easier. So, just going to take some tape here. We'll start with that top panel line because that's the easy one. And then we can work from there. So let's just hack that off. And hack that off. Is this long enough to use on this side? Might be. No, not quite. So we just want to keep the tip of the fin olive drab. Make sure it lines up side to side. So when we spray this, it's seamless. Okay, now just gotta figure out where our line's gonna be here. We only have to do this on one side because then we'll have it all lined up, and then we can just throw the tape on the other side and line it up, and we're done. Okay, so we're gonna start with our yellow base coat, which means we're gonna need to start with a white base coat. Because underneath that yellow, with this olive drab, that yellow will not cover it. We would have to put on so many coats of yellow paint in order to get it to the color we need, which is to match what we have going on up on the cowl. It's the same color. Okay. Trim that off. Let's get rid of this tail. Another piece for the other side. And we're going to spray this whole thing. That's all going to be sprayed white and then yellow. And then we'll work on the other colors. The red, I think I'll be good on. And I just gotta find a blue here that'll be close to that light blue. I'm thinking British. It's a British, I think it's like a sky blue or something. I gotta look at my paint stash here, but I think that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so look at that. We're masked both sides. We're ready to spray that area. So, let's go ahead and get that done. I'm going to switch to a time lapse for the spraying process. So this is where we're at. Ignore I recycle all my old little pieces of paper. But the yellow is sprayed. I sprayed this whole side. I didn't need to. All we need is the white or the yellow band at the bottom there. So just got to let this dry a little bit more. Then we'll lay one pass of this tape, which matches the stripe size that we've got. And this particular piece, this tape is 1/4 inch. So 1/4 inch seems to work perfectly for that. So we'll lay one pass down right along the bottom to cover our yellow to protect that. I've got some, this is RLM 23. It's just red. Vallejo red. And then I've got UK Azure Blue. FS 35231. And this is model errors number is 74108. Okay, that's what we're going to use for the blue. It is very close. It is slightly different, but it is close. I can put a dab on there, and I think that is very acceptable. So that's the blue that we're going to get after with here. So we got to get this yellow to dry just a little bit more, and then we'll get back to that. So we got our stripes painted. You can see our completed product here. And wow, so much better than decals when you paint. I mean, you can make decals look good, but I think paint just looks better in the end. Now, I do have a couple little spots I got to go back and touch up. You probably can't see it, but when I masked off for the red stripe, I didn't quite get the tape in place in the right spot, so I got a real fine yellow line right here. So I'm gonna have to go back and touch that up, and I got a little bit on this side too, the exact same problem. The masking between the blue and the yellow came out quite well. So that's where we're at. Little paint, a little bit of time, and that is looking really nice. Okay, let's take just a moment and talk about what we're doing and why. Because you saw me spend all this time masking to put on these goofy invasion stripes that are only partially there, and then you saw me go back and mask off part of this white stripe up front here and spray over the olive drab on the turtle deck behind this point right here. So the reason for that is if you go to the thread or the link that I had posted, and I could share that again down in the comments. If you go to that link and you look, there is a photograph, and it's very specific of this airplane. You can see this nose art on it, and you can see the Angie on it, and the picture is taken from like this angle here, so you can see these invasion stripes. And in one picture, this white stripe appears to be it runs all the way around. There's not this gap here. However, in that particular photograph, it matches up with the artwork that we're doing on this. This white stripe appears to stop right where the olive drab is at on the turtle deck. And this side I have to guess. I'm going to guess it's the same, but I don't know because you can't see that side of the aircraft. I went with that it was the same. So I went back and I resprayed that area, and yeah, it's a different shade, but that's okay. It's part of my patchwork design. You could see we did that with this aileron is sprayed with dark aluminum. This is dark aluminum. This is aluminum. The rest of this is polished aluminum. And then on the bottom of the wing, we went with aluminum and dark aluminum on the aileron again for a couple other patch panels. Stuff removed from derelict aircraft from the scrapyard. Kind of fits our narrative with the scrapped wing that has been installed on here, or the salvage wing, I should say. And then it appears as though also in that photograph that behind this black invasion stripe, the fuselage is bare aluminum. It is not painted olive drab. The olive drab stops here. So yeah, we had to fix that, and that is painted again with a different shade of aluminum. So it looks like it's a patch panel there. So that's where we're at with Angie at the moment. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and close this video out for now. And it's summertime, so I'm outside a lot more. So it could be a little bit before I get another video posted, maybe a week, maybe even 2, depending on what happens. Anyways, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, and click that notifications button down below. Make some comments, and don't forget to please keep your fingers out of the glue.